Hi, I'd like to teach you guys how to use Interwrite to take notes during a PowerPoint tutorial. So let's say you have PowerPoint up to show a lesson to the class. But while it's presenting, you would like to be able to take notes to help the class organize their journals. Well, here's how. Let's launch a workspace. So this is the e-instruction Interwrite Workspace, interactive to go with our whiteboards. Sorry it's taking so long. Now the workspace is opened here, and if you don't remember, this minimizes. This is the file button. Right now I'd like to go ahead and make a blank page, and I'd like to make a couple columns here for today's lesson. One of the first things I want to do is make a place for predictions. There's a warm-up, and I'd like to hear what the kids predict will be the right answers for 1, 2, and 3. The other thing I'd like to do today is take notes between customary and metric units using a Venn diagram. So to do this, I need to go to the gallery and open this up, and here's lots of amazing tools to use for your lessons, but today I want to look at graphic organizers. Here is an amazing amount of great graphic organizers that you can use on your whiteboard. One of the ones I actually love is this criteria grid. This can be used for group assignments. Instead of having to buy a new chart every semester, you could just save it onto your Interwrite board. But today I want to use the Venn diagram. It's alphabetical, so it's last. And I can close my gallery. Now I want to select the Venn diagram and move it over a little bit so I can see it on one screen. And I want to title this, now normally I would use my stylus, my Interwrite pen, and write on the board customary and metric, but today I'm going to type it in. So to type, it's a two-finger click on a Mac or a right click on a PC, and I'm going to go to text. And I'll choose to write about here. This side can be customary. This lesson doesn't have much on that, but it is a math tested item, so it's important they remember it. And metric. And this is something they don't know much about until we teach them. So let's go ahead, and you could go ahead and ask kids what they already know about this, and they might be able to tell you that 1 inch, 12 inches equals 1 foot. And that'd be a great knowledge to share right now. So we can put that on a line. Okay. Well, now let's go back to our PowerPoint so this class can look at the warm-up and get information from the slides. So for my warm-up, I'm asking them to predict, maybe they know, maybe they don't, which is longer, a mile or a kilometer, a yard or a meter, an inch or a centimeter. Now I can ask a few kids to share out. I can ask them for a general opinion if I think they really won't be too sure. And then to go back to my page, I'm going to click on the pen, and now I can write down their predictions by clicking selection, and I can go back and type into this box. So maybe for their first prediction it was mile because they're used to hearing that and they're not used to hearing kilometers. Maybe the second one was a yard. Again, they're used to hearing that. And the third one, oh, we'll just say an inch. We go back to the PowerPoint, and now we can do the PowerPoint normally. It gives us the answers, and here's some great information we might want to record back in our chart. That 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers, 1 yard equals 0.94 meters, and 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So we can go back and put that in our notes. Now for our Venn diagram, I'd put that in the middle because this is how they're the same. Text again, and I'll type about here. 1 cm equals 2.54 inches. I'm sorry, I have that backward. 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. And we can go on recording information about how they're the same here. Now, one of the great things is we can save this at the end, and not only are these notes, but this can be printed out. It can be put around the class. For students that were absent, they can be handed this to put into their journals. Also, kids that aren't able to take notes as fast as the rest of the class, you'd have a resource to be able to print it out for them at the end and say, here you go. So an amazing tool. We can keep filling that in. We can go back to the PowerPoint just by clicking on PowerPoint and just pick it right back up from where we left off. Again, I would like to fill it in all three pieces of information, but for time. And now we see all our metric comparisons. So now we might want to jump back and say, well, a kilometer equals 1,000. A kilometer equals 1,000 meters. So we go back and we can type that into here. Again, text. I would probably have students come up to the board to enter it themselves. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And that looks just about perfect there. Not at all. And we can go back to the PowerPoint to get the next piece of information and keep going until we're done. Well, that's all I wanted to show you for today. It's another great way to use the Interwrite Workspace. Please come back and check. I'm going to show you guys how to use the math manipulatives and other manipulatives next. It's very similar to how we went to Gallery for the Venn diagram. Thanks for watching.